Okay, Ellie.
Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Thursday, May 29th, 2025, 17th day of the April term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson. I am reading the wrong minutes. Let's start over. Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri. Oh, that's the right one.
Third day, Jim.
No, I have May 29th open. My apologies.
Oh.
I won't vote against you.
You guys would have been really lost in just a minute when I started reading.
Yeah.
It would have been like,
We wondered where you was.
yeah, I had the wrong one open. Okay, let's try that again.
All right.
Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025, 18th day of the April term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stone, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, County Clerk. At 9:01 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Thursday, May 29th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures from the following departments were approved to be paid. Law Enforcement GR, County Clerk, Jury Pay, Court Administration, Recorder of Deeds, Buildings and Grounds, Circuit Clerk, Road and Bridge, Assessor, 27th Circuit Treatment Court, Inmate Security Fund, Law Enforcement Training. The Recorder of Deeds fee sheet for the month of May was reviewed and approved. Commissioners discussed the courthouse roof. There are shingles that need to be replaced and some old HVAC pipes that need to be removed. Chris Worsig, maintenance supervisor, has received quotes from 2 companies. Discussion then led to drainage issues on the courtyard and in the moat and various other maintenance projects that need done in the courthouse. Jim Sublett, Assistant Emergency Management Director, attended the meeting to address the commissioners regarding the emergency operations plan for Henry County. The state requires the county update the EOP every year. Jim has asked commissioners to sign the documents to update the plan with the state for 2025. There were no changes from 2024. Commissioners signed the document. Jim also discussed a grant for storm shelters. The only grant available is the Hazard Mitigation Grant. He stated it is a very competitive grant. He shared he's gotten quotes from companies for storm shelters. The grant expects you to use a local state of Missouri company. Jim shared that dealing with Casinger has been a godsend to the emergency management department. Jim shared Henry County has a 17.8% chance of having an EF1 or larger tornado. They are looking to put a community storm shelter within the county that will house 150 people. It would be a FEMA-approved storm shelter. The total cost would be around $125,000, and the grant would take care of 75% of the cost. The county would be liable for 25%. Jim shared that he has had individuals state that they would like to help cover the county's cost of the shelter. Jim would like commissioners to think about it, talk about it, and get back to him. At 10:02 a.m., commissioners met with Brett Payne with Great River Engineering to update them on the bridge being built on Northwest 400 Road in White Oak Township. The contractor is planning on backfilling, placing guardrail, and adding a rock blanket next week. There have been several rain delays, flood delays, and theft, but they feel confident that they are still on track for the opening at the end of the month. Dennis Bowers, Road and Bridge Supervisor, shared that they actually started backfilling yesterday. Dennis stated that each time he has been up there, the crew has been working. He stated that if the county had to give grace with a week or two, that it should be done with no penalty to the contractor. Dennis updated the commission on the road inventory project. He also shared what he had found out from MoDOT regarding ordinances. Dennis shared last Friday they put a culvert in at Northwest 801 Road and Highway 18 in Davis Township. MoDOT had stated they could not get to it for at least a year, so Dennis worked with them to get it in. MoDOT supplied the pipe, Davis Township paid for the rock, and the county put it in. It was something that had to be done due to it washing out the road. Dennis also updated commissioners on other projects the Road and Bridge Department are working on, including Southeast 450 Road in Leesville Township and Southwest 1601 in Walker Township. At 10:25 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to go into closed session via RSMO 610-021-1 to discuss legal matters. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. At 10:39 a.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to end closed session. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. At 10:40 a.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Bradley seconded. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes.
That sounds more like the minute.
Make a motion to accept minutes.
Motion been made second to accept the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
You also have closed minutes in front of you.
Okay.
They're pretty vague.
Did y'all already read it?
Conversation.
I read them. Make a motion to accept closed minutes.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the closed minutes, meeting, of course, all in favor, say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Jake, you made the motion?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come right up. Got out of that, got back into the agenda. Works fine once you get it started. Okay. Wait till you, Rick will have a ball on me. I'll get some guff. You'll hear that. Signal booster. Shoo, shoo, shoo.
You all approved that purchase. Mark's gone though, so it won't be installed till next week.
Mm.
That'll be a benefit to a lot of offices though.
If it works down there, it'd be
Yeah,
great.
juvenile,
'Cause
pretrial relief. I mean,
we've
it
had
just
A lot of
affects-
problems down there. Well, not that same as a AT&T bill.
Yeah, that's true.
The deputy.
That's true.
What? One lick.
It's all right. Something else, the one same deal.
You're not bored yet, are you down
There's
there?
6, huh?
So in your ordinance, commissioners have to approve the applications for Senate Bill 190 senior tax freeze.
Mhm.
He's made, I guess, just glance that. By the time they get to Jim, they'll get a stamp on the front. So I don't know the best way to do this.
To do what now?
These have to be approved by the commissioners. So if you guys could do your best to keep them in order. Rick has them in alphabetical order.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to do this. But there you go. There's the
Thank
first
you.
set.
Kelly, are we needing,
Well,
Kelly, you want us to sign this?
Yes, it needs to be signed, please. Thanks, Jake,
you're welcome.
for catching that. Get your stamp ready, Jim. You're about to burn it up.
What?
So get your stamp ready. You're about to burn it up.
I may have to have ink. Does it take the big one or the little one? I think it takes the big one. It really special.
See, there's a page in the ink.
Yep.
Bless you. Thank you.
I do have one question, Kelly.
I may be able to answer it, sir.
I'll answer my own question. Never
I
mind. Never mind.
like when that happens.
You forget his question.
No, he answered his own
Oh, he
question.
did?
I'll get that one.
You take him back down there. I need to tell Rick, say, Rick, you used to never keep that stuff.
Okay.
That color.
What did you have to sign off anything?
Yeah.
Just look at it.
Just look at it.
So you take
This
it
one's
here
gonna
and
have
put
to
it
be
back over
redone.
like that.
Right, who is it?
Tightwad tees.
No.
Dennis wrote take off
Leave
Oh.
it down.
tax and
Yeah,
pay.
because then
We didn't
And-
take the tax off.
The tax wasn't taken off. So.
All right, we better. Boy,
It went through 3 of you.
I didn't notice it. Dale been here. He went,
Dale was-
I'm gonna get out here.
Don't need any
I'll
more.
point that out
more
there. North side. Get out here. Show it. All right, hey,
It should have been sales
All right.
tax. and
hey,
pay.
hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't checking your invoices.
What did we miss?
2786. Says tax.
Just for the record, Jim didn't either. I caught it.
How you doing?
I just pointed it out. Dale would have called it. The north side. He always is first.
You trying to put pressure on me now?
No, him. Anyway, I missed it also.
Okay.
So we'll redo that one.
Yep, there we go. I screwed up too. I just missed it. I can't believe it. Have you all got the upside down or
If you flip it over right, it goes back into
flip it
You
over?
leave it flipped over, and then when we give them to Kelly, all you gotta do is turn it up. All
This is
full
gonna
batch.
Perfect.
That way Rick doesn't come up here.
I don't want to have to re-alphabetize his system because I don't understand the system right now.
Okay, now what
I'm
do
gonna
I need to
Have
stamp?
do this check while you guys are looking. You're gonna stamp right here in this blank section, right here. They want your stamp right here. I'm gonna run this check down to Amy so she can get it corrected.
yeah.
No. Oh crap! Every one of them I have initial too. God. And then I fold it back over after I'm done.
Just,
Fold them down like that.
that way she'll just,
All right. shall have. Lady Mary Young. Yep. Oh gosh, what?
There's two. You're fine.
Both of them?
Yeah. Or two different folders. Sorry.
Well, as soon as you finish the first one, Jim,
Yeah.
just put it over on her side, upside down. That would not stay.
Just like this.
That's what it came.
That's what I thought. Okay. Good. Good. Canadian trucks. Ron Williams. Linda used to work for us.
Needless to say, they've been busy down there.
They have.
Yep.
I hate to say it's affected all the offices down there combined. Recorder's more busy because
Be
they're doing
quiet.
those warranty
You're audible
things.
fine.
The assessor's office is
Jinx yourself.
busy. Well,
Oh,
I
dear.
helped some folks yesterday fill one out because Rick had a line, so I just help when I can.
Mhm.
Now, next year, when they come back in to sign up, they won't have to do
Right.
just
Just that application page is
Just
my
the top
understanding.
page.
And Rick even said they wasn't even going to have a notary at that point. It would just be kind of like, are there any changes? No,
Yeah.
Right.
they don't have to go through this whole process every time.
bunch of old codgers.
Should we find out what her question is?
As you go through, you might.
You know what?
Because we got a heavy stack.
You're fine. I just,
Yeah.
I want to know if there's anything. I work for the city of Windsor and I'm the
Yeah.
codes officer.
Mhm.
And we do the cleanups for the city. And our ordinance says it'll be put on the taxes if they don't pay the bill. But the county clerk here says that she may or may not. So she chooses not, or he, I don't know about this. My boss talked to him.
Mhm.
That they won't put it on the taxes. So the city's gonna get stuck with all these bills if the people don't pay them, which a lot of them are vacant houses that are gonna be sold on the courthouse.
Did you file a lien?
We can
Yeah.
file a lien, I mean,
That's
but
probably.
it's not gonna go until they sell them or to collect that lien is gonna be hard to do.
Well, they can't sell it until the lien's satisfied.
They sell them through the courthouse
Yeah.
See, if it sells on the courthouse step, does that?
and the lien doesn't show up, so
No.
then they're gonna find out, like, we just did one cleanup and we took 120 yards of trash out of this guy's backyard.
Yeah.
So it's got probably a $5,000 bill on it.
I think you guys need to talk to Rick about this because that's an optional thing that
That
his
was it.
office can
Yeah.
do. He is not
Hey, it's not-
required to do that.
We'll have to talk to the
Yeah.
collector.
You would
Yeah.
call me,
Yeah,
because I had called
Mhm.
Rick, and what Rick told me is they actually have the option to do that. It's never been done, I guess.
right.
He
They've got
said,
the option, they choose not to, and that's
Yeah.
what the city ate the bills for the last 2 or 3 years. And I just started over there. I worked at Grandview, and we always sent them Jackson County just put right on the tax bill. I mean, it was just a number you write on there, and it goes on it for the cleanup. But they're not doing it here, so then the citizens, that money's going to come out of what would work for them on streets and stuff. And it's
Well, then how they get paid?
So
I was always under the impression that if you got a lien on
Hey, it's,
you can't, the lien is satisfied first,
yeah,
and then
but it
You're
Not
doesn't
for
right.
back
They'll work
taxes.
like that.
It doesn't
I've had
work.
that.
So you may not collect.
You won't know about it until after you get it. And somebody comes up, digs up, don't they?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
buy something
That's-
back
that's odd.
taxes, you can't do that
Yeah.
for a year because they've got the opportunity to come back
Yeah.
and buy it, pay the taxes and everything
Uh-huh.
on it. But if there's a lien on it, that would mean
But the lien,
I think you guys need to talk to Rick.
the lien doesn't do
the
anything.
big thing
as
is
far as-
collecting for it.
Yeah. As
And-
far as them
and
selling
how they
things,
collect.
it just goes
Because
with the
now we're a
property.
collection for doing all the cities. Because Clinton's the same way. That way I understood.
well, I'm going with Kelly. I think we ought to talk to Rick and see what we can do to help.
Gonna have to. I mean, he's the one that's gonna be responsible for it.
And I don't think he's willing to.
No.
Because then he's doing all of that for all of these, entities. I'm not.
But that's the only
speak
way these
for
little
him.
towns are gonna get
Right.
cleaned up, because
Yeah.
like Calhoun, they won't do anything because they have no way to collect the money.
No.
So that town's falling down, looks horrible. And Windsor was getting the same way, and it's probably gonna go back to that because we're running up, they've never had somebody that does the job there
To
know,
clean it.
on a regular,
I mean, I think
not
Right.
we're
very
gonna have
regular,
to
but
Yeah,
it's just gonna end up being problems, and it's causing problems with, like I said, like Calhoun. Calhoun looks horrible, but they have no way to do anything because they can't collect the money
Yeah,
to clean
I
it
know
up. And it's
I know what
all
you're
these,
saying.
yeah, all these other little towns are gonna be, Deepwater's the same way. And they can't do anything either because they have no way to collect it if they won't put it on the taxes.
It's
And
kinda
they
like,
said it's just in the job description, it says may or may not. So if they change the job description to put shall collect or shall put it on there or something. if
then
somebody
it's gonna
has-
have to be for all the cities, municipalities,
Right.
and I don't, there comes a point in time, how much can you do?
Yeah.
And,
But in reality,
I text him to see if he
Yeah.
can come out.
okay.
I don't know how much it would be on the different cities once they get them cleaned up, if they even choose to now, because they're they're so bad, a lot of them won't even choose to. I'm sure
Hmm.
Calhoun's probably pretty bad that they won't do it. And Deepwater's
Well, I
the
know
same
with
way.
Calhoun personally, a lot of the times the people didn't want
Yeah,
their stuff.
cleaned up.
Well, because it's their stuff.
Oh, when they do it the same way in Windsor, they don't want it. But the neighbors that live next door that have a really nice house, they don't want it there either. They don't want the rats and the snakes and stuff. So it's kind of a catch-22. Plus, it lowers the property values. If we've got two people trying to sell a house across from the house, it was horrible. Nobody buys their houses, because of what was across the street, because it ends up being drug houses and they don't want to live next to it.
Rick reply back or
Yeah.
this back taxes, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they just put it
Well,
on the
it'll
tax
be-
bill.
Yeah, put it
Instead
on
of
the
the
tax
bill, they
bill.
put it on the tax
And the
bill.
thing is, I'll tell you, the city of Clinton, and if I remember right,
They must be busy.
and run into that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
And-
did, that's what.
And
Rick
she
said.
wouldn't do it, cause
So-
then they want us to be the collector.
So, yeah,
They don't care.
let me ask
And,
this.
and then it's up to us then to put the lien on, I guess, the way I understood that.
They
I
just
don't
put it
know.
on the taxes. If they don't pay the taxes, it
But
goes.
see, then we
It's
put
a
it on the
sale.
taxes, but then we gotta try to figure out how you're gonna get it.
Well,
Right.
so if we put it on their tax bill, they don't pay their taxes, it goes to courthouse steps anyway.
Right.
So how is it that we still can't? I mean, I guess my.
That's the way
First
Jackson
question
County did it. They just put it on
is-
tax bill.
And then when they buy the
Why goes to
property-
Courthouse steps,
When it's,
do they not know that there's a lien on that? Because it would be no difference, you putting a lien on it, or the county putting a lien on it, apparently nobody knows there's a lien on
I
it.
think that's
my
up to the
question.
the
Well, the
people
county,
that
when
want
they
to
did
buy
it-
it to find out.
In Jackson County, when they did it, they put it on the tax bill. It went on the tax bill, so it was paid the same as the tax bill if
But
they
if
didn't
it's
pay
not
it.
paid, that's
If
what,
it's not paid, it sells on the courthouse, and then
so how do they know there's a lien on it? See, that's, walk it all the way
it's
back.
it's not a lien. It becomes part of the tax deal.
Yeah.
So it's part of the bill that is owed against the house when they sell it. Like
But you probably have to put on there somewhere on that tax bill that, I mean, you can't just willy-nilly throw something on the tax bill. It's gotta have a separate line item that says
What it's for.
what it's for.
yeah,
And I get all of that. My question is, the real problem is, why do we not know what, anything that goes on the courthouse steps to be sold? Why don't we know there's a lien on it?
they don't
Where's
run
the
it.
holdup there?
They don't do a
So-
lien search. I don't think.
So previously, and I can't, I'm not in the collector's
No,
office, I don't know. When we do a back tax sale, Anne would say, there are liens on this, you need to check in. But she didn't
Yeah.
say specifically what those
What the
liens
liens
were.
were.
Yeah.
Okay.
She would say, there are liens, you need to check with the recorder's office, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
So
or
then-
whatever.
just like the city then to collect the lien. And they,
There's a law that changed 2 years ago that Rick was telling me about liens.
I was wondering about that.
So I think that's why I don't want to
Okay.
speak on anything because there
Okay.
has been some changes in the law on liens and selling on the court.
See, I know
selling that,
Back tax property
Yeah.
is different than this.
yes, and then once you sell it, the big thing is these liens, then's when you can, if you ever get to it. Because it's gotta be sold high to do it. And then
Like
how do you separate the liens?
there's laws that's
There's
changed.
just
the
a
whole
lot of laws.
situation.
We'll have to visit with
You
Rick.
really
Okay.
got to talk to
And-
Rick.
Probably need to find out the questions to those answers
Yeah, Lynn.
before we go for
Okay.
too much further.
That's fine. I just didn't know where to start.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we start with the alderman at city, but I didn't know where.
Yeah. Well,
And I know that,
cause all they can do is file a lien and get the property,
right.
and they really should do that.
I mean, you can file a lien and then sue them and get a judgment, and once you get a judgment, you've got it. You can collect your money.
And yeah, except for one thing,
A lot of times it costs you more than what.
So-
yeah, if
Exactly.
you
My
get the property,
question
you're
is-
liable to have a lot more
So
liens.
if we took on that liability as the
Yeah.
county collecting, then we're in, that's more money from the
We're
county
having
Yeah.
put out-
to do the city's work. I'm not saying
No,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's it. I
We're
think
getting to the
that's
point where
where
we're
you
stepping
see
on
it.
toes.
yes.
Right.
And
You
then
just got to be careful for the
let one
liability.
thing happen and that won't work. But the big thing is if your city files a lien then actually the property of the city's on the deal. Whenever we understand, just like there, when the property sells, then's when they can dog it with their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
But I
see
don't-
it.
Right.
And
I don't want to say rules and
There's
laws.
there's Rick, here he is. He'll know the verbiage of it. Good morning. Good morning. Rick got a little question. On liens, the city of Windsor, they're doing a lot of cleanup.
Uh-huh.
They're doing this cleanup and they're never getting paid because people don't pay them. And I presume then they'd have to put a lien on it.
Yeah, I think they
But what she was wondering about you putting it on the tax rolls, and I said, I know city Clinton, I said,
Yeah.
like was that?
the cities, all the cities are having a problem with that, and
Yep.
and never did do it because of the liability that the county might face if something is done incorrectly. And in visiting with other collectors, they just kind of they all say there is issues with doing that on the tax bills. So I want to shy away from it too. I think it's not something I'm really interested in.
Would the easiest thing be for them as a city to file a lien against it? But then, I mean, because the lien's only good until you sell it.
Right.
But you can't do, I mean, you can't collect. So that's why I'm saying what you have to do is you actually would have to get an attorney involved to get a judgment on it. Then you got it. But if you don't, I mean,
Yeah, so
and I
they
get
can
it.
pay-
If
you're
you
gonna pay
spend
all
60,
those, yeah.
well, that's just it. You're probably going to have to
I guess
find a
that'll go
lawyer
back
that
on the
does
other
a
people
bulk
too.
deal.
It's a
And that's-
bad spot for the cities.
Yeah, we've never had, I worked at Jackson County and they just always put it on the tax bill. We never had this issue.
But they're also,
Huh?
Jackson County's bigger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
look,
Yeah, a whole lot.
also.
They probably do a bunch of
Jackson
them
County.
once.
Exactly. That,
Look what they got going right now down Jackson County. They got problems.
but they got the money to go to put into it because they're going to get the money back
Right.
Yeah.
on the courthouse lawn or whenever they sell the
Yeah.
properties. So,
There is a new statute that was just passed last year that at the back tax sale, when another person buys your property,
Mhm.
all those liens drop off, even the state.
See, that's
Yeah.
so wrong in so many.
Yeah, and so how's that?
I mean, that-
That's
that-
the same thing.
well, I mean,
It's a big deal for the state to do.
it is, but if the people that's buying it on the courthouse lawn, the people that already had it has lost it because they couldn't pay their taxes. I mean, you ain't going to get any more money out of them.
Or they died, or we've got a lot of them that are in
Yeah, I
nursing
mean-
homes
They're kind of to the point where
and
And I don't think that if it goes to the back tax sale, I don't think you can include those
No.
liens on that tax sale.
I don't think,
Because
yeah,
you sell the property for what is owed on the taxes only. The liens would have to,
then they go again to new property.
right,
When you bought the property, that's when you better have your deed checked out.
That was previously, right? Because Ann would always say, there's liens on this, you need to check on it.
right.
But now with the new law,
The
that's
only
changed
liens
that.
that stay are federal.
Yeah.
Because everything from the state lien on
It's
that,
gone.
right.
It's kind of like bad checks.
So the only way you can get your money back by putting a lien on the property is when it sells
Yeah.
on a normal transaction.
Then you have to hear about it, sell them, because that's what happened here a while back. Remember, a couple of years ago, we had somebody come in after they'd sold the property. They found out there's a lien against it, and this one company then, well, they wanted part of their money back. It was said,
Yeah, and only if there's a surplus
that's right.
paid could you get that.
Then you can get
But
so
now-
much. That's
now
right.
that falls out.
And I think that's some of the reasons why.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
there's a
not
big
sure
problem.
why that law was passed and who introduced it for the reason for it, but it's new. And it's new even after last year's back tax
Yeah.
sale, so it started the 28th, I guess, August 28th.
This will be
Because
the
whoever-
first year,
the
yeah.
first year of it.
Whoever's buying the property, if they're looking at that property to buy on the back tax sale, they really need to check out to see if there's any liens.
but he's saying there
That's what
isn't.
he's
There won't
saying.
be.
Not
Not anymore.
Oh, well, they
So
can't
they
check.
do that.
It would
They
be
can't-
liable.
Yeah, but Oh, well, they wouldn't be liable anyway, would they?
Just for
Under
the
the new law,
Ah,
they just lose it. I don't know. Well, that'd be a
As
mess.
far as, normally there's not a mortgage any longer, because the
Yeah.
mortgage companies make sure the taxes are paid on it.
Yeah.
We go through a foreclosure situation instead of going through a back tax sale.
Then they get it.
So it's mostly liens that's gonna be on those
Mm-hmm.
that would drop off. And the question is, how's it work? And we don't know because it's a new law.
Right.
So that's what you got.
Huh.
I don't
So there's
know.
not a lot of teeth with the collectors, on the collector's side to collect that.
That's why they're letting all these towns go to hell though, because they can't.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen, because Windsor doesn't have the money to support it either.
Mhm.
And they're just not gonna be able to. That's sad.
I understand. Yeah.
It's tough.
See,
Totally understand.
Okay.
That's all we.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's just sad because all
It
these little
is.
towns are gonna go to hell.
Is Captain still doing that citywide cleanup once a year?
yeah,
Yeah.
we still do it.
Mhm.
Lots of participation
Well, back whenever I lived over there, there was a lot.
this year.
Yeah, Windsor does it too. We do it twice a year, but 90% of the stuff I think comes from out of town. They bring it in and say they live in the city limits and dump it, fill up the dumpsters, and then everybody in the city's griping.
I need your all's date then.
Yeah.
What date is that?
Or if they own a house in town, they think they can bring all the junk from out of town and
Yeah, I know.
fill up the dumpster. So,
A lot of them bring it out and dump it on the county roads too,
oh yeah, I live there. I know.
especially shingles or anything like that.
I used to live right behind here.
They do.
So, okay.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Thank you. Oh,
When I met you at the Windsor Hill
Yeah.
With the,
Festival.
Okay.
Oh, I think you were talking to Sue last night.
all right.
We're working
All
on it,
right,
Kyle.
All right.
Thank you. We're working on it.
More files for you.
Hey, it's all right if I mix some of them up if I
No.
miss some.
We're trying to keep them in order.
Yeah, please don't.
We have to start numbering.
No, got him talking quick, didn't it?
That scared him.
Yeah, scared him. Yes, sir. What?
Me?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good
My name's
morning.
Ken Fisher, KCI Construction. I'm here to bid on a bridge.
Okay, that's good.
Yes,
That'll be a little bit, so,
Yeah, I'll
Go
just
ahead.
sit and watch. It's fun.
all right.
Okay.
Okay,
Running a little bit early.
yep, let's go. We gotta do a few little stamps here. See right now.
Felt better for just sitting there watching us do this.
I may have to have you stack them up here. Won't have to come up. Then John Deere. All right, yep. Richard Weber.
Does he-
I'll be done. That sounds like you done it. Yep.
Rick and I had talked about that before with the cities. I get it,
Mhm.
but the liability it puts on the county is not worth it.
Right.
Spend a lot of money chasing.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, that's work on his office that
Yep.
they're not receiving anything for. I mean, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take on that job and then just, I think their contract is basically to collect taxes.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little bit.
What is these? I guess what I'm asking, why should I have a initial?
So,
Oh,
just stay.
That's for the auditors on the minutes. Just stamp
I
it.
would put that.
I can get by. I can I like where.
Yeah, just stay.
On the other side, I may see if that does something. I was gonna wear one, and the ink can be gone. Have we got plenty of ink up
We
there?
got plenty of ink in
I
the
was
building.
afraid you was gonna
We'll be
say
all
that.
right.
I was afraid you was gonna say that. Please. Uh,
You guys are just getting started.
mm-hmm. One sheet. Yep. Mm. One chips. Did I get them right? Did I?
I might have got that
Keep
mixed
it.
up on
Did I
you.
get them in order? Did I? Huh? Did it all right?
I don't know, now my problem down the road.
You gotta give him one every
No,
now and then.
I'll-
right?
So you realize
I'll
You're-
get into
I'll have
it
to
before I
say-
send them back.
oh,
I'll help him out. I'll make sure they're all back in order before I send them back.
Like I said, I think I.
Dennis.
Don't look like that stack's getting any smaller.
Oh, yes.
Not quickly.
Annie.
Amy
No, I know.
did that with
Yep.
just sign it without the tax.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm. Huh. Good morning, Linda. Well, would you lay that in the side or what?
This will be the next one after that for you.
Oh, oh.
You Zachary?
Yes, I am.
Jim Fisher.
Nice to meet
Yes, sir. You're out of Kansas now?
Yes.
Yeah.
you. Kenzie Chapman.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
They, that Spencer's working up there now?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been up there for.
Just trying to get the clerk.
5 years?
Yeah.
That bridge. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great. I know.
Oh, absolutely.
We won't tell him that. We don't want to.
Oh, no, tell him Jim Fisher said, I haven't seen him forever. Well, since he
It's
was
the
up.
only one I could think of.
That's-
I got one question in this. And I didn't really think about this last night.
I'm gonna leave that right there.
Name, shop,
Okay.
soil, elevation. Everything's all, you know, straightforward, super straightforward. I got thinking, what elevation of the camp is? Top flood pool on Truth Lake.
There can be a little.
So just before we hand this thing off. Like, you understand, like, we can't build it underwater.
Why not? Right?
I don't do scuba gear. I don't do any of that. You know, like, if the lake gets super up, we get the level.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I can't build it underwater. Although we went back and looked, I had him look when I was driving up here, and I had my guy look, and it's been a long time since it's been over 720.
Think about it.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time since.
shooting.
No, we would try.
Yeah, good. So this might be more for you, Jim Fisher, by the way. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, better.
It's nice to meet you. Liz. So like, if it did, let's say the lake did get way up. Is over there at the treatment plant, is it high enough where it don't get, like, the lake never gets in, I'm guessing, does it?
There's a couple spots like you can park equipment where it don't get under.
That's what I'm trying to, where we can, somewhere, if we had to in a hurry, we could get, dry it out.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Good enough for you, Kelly?
You guys did enough for me.
Got all the papers going on over
Got a
there.
lot. Oh,
Got a routine down.
yes. Yeah, well, what's bad is I know those things.
Well, Jim, when do I?
After all,
Maybe you hang out with the 62 and over crowd.
it could be. Yeah, please. Good man. All the people, huh?
Extreme.
That's why I said over here.
Yeah, where the camera angle is.
I had to research it so I could find the best spot.
This is not for the snow this time of year. This is not the last time it's not for the snow.
Yeah, it's just rain, rain.
Dennis, what are you building right now?
Do what?
What are you building on right now?
Nothing right now. Just got the wait for beans to come in for West Division and for Southeast 451.
Nice.
Once those things come in, we'll get those two bridges.
When are they expected to
Oh,
have
we
those
have
delivered?
been?
One set's supposed to be delivered next week, another set the first.
How many do they think so?
Low. Yeah.
Good.
2,000? Is it V-Brock or both?
Well, we're going, we maybe got 50.
V-Brock got those dues.
Maybe.
No, we're not half that.
And then,
Benny,
soon as,
this,
they award this bridge on Southeast 91 in there, then I'm gonna talk to contractors.
oh,
Because this,
Because the bridge.
you got more of it.
Yeah.
That bridge is getting displaced.
9 minutes to go before they could be moored.
Wow, yeah.
I assume just south, but does it go east or does it continue to go south?
Yeah.
You said there's some neighborhoods over there, right?
Mhm.
You are building that little one yourself.
Those three I'll be building myself.
Yeah, I drove down that road when I went to look at that bridge. That's pretty good chugs in it.
You have that seat there, or this one here.
Yes, sure.
yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, from the cameras, everybody shares them.
Sit out of sight now.
How's your other? She told me to
Had
say
to pull the closet chairs out.
I think this one's out of sight. Travis? I don't think we've ever met. We talked about shellfish. It's good to finally put a face to name. We've done a lot of business.
I can't see you.
And anyhow, so I was yeah, I had good fan.
That's why those chairs are in the closet.
Yeah, I can make faces. That's yeah, yeah. I'm over at Case 9. Yeah, well, you know, here's what we do. That's girl that came up. We just came in making a hot dog.
So,
We're back.
oh,
They have that.
You know what?
there you are.
Thanks.
Okay. It's just to write down the bids that we're gonna read out. Go ahead. You got it.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Every engineer I've ever met, they worked with, they were always very confident.
Trying to practice.
Good thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna take it.
That's fine.
Well, that's how I,
There you go.
Do we have seven down there? We have 7 books down there.
6.
That's great.
Yeah.
You need a copy of it, Charlie?
We'll just help them keep the
No.
name
We
card.
got full house today.
Thanks for the.
Do you need more copies of that?
We got one.
Yeah.
Here's your copy, Joe.
Do they have that?
Yeah.
Here's yours back, Dennis.
Hey, that way have to.
Oh, you need one?
You still got 4 minutes. You're good. Keep going.
4 minutes.
Keep going.
I don't know whether they'll make it.
Well, you're not gonna make it to the end in 4 minutes.
That's probably Dean's anyway.
We'll have to percentage.
Right, it is probably
Thanks, Anna.
maybe here.
Oh,
It's on
And only
Uh,
6 laying on the
I'll say
table.
last forever.
but it's not very
6, 7 on.
Out of here, Woody.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Yes.
Okay. Got quite a pile there.
Yeah.
I need to do some more cheers.
We got one over here. I think we're good.
I'll stand up here like a bat.
Who brings the chair?
Yeah, right.
We can see you right
Just
there.
turn them straight over.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
Jeffrey,
put your chair down?
Jeffrey, he's older than I am.
I know they barely got you on camera.
Sure.
Spoke to that again. Make sure you didn't reach.
Trying to think, because I've known him ever since I've been, he used to come in and do it all.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I,
No, sir. No, they'll read them right here aloud. We'll know exactly what they're.
So he's gotta be.
Huh? Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. So, I mean,
No, you got one shot at brother. One shot.
one shot.
A reverse auction. Now that would be fun, now, wouldn't it? How low can you
Get
go?
the bid one right here.
We'll start the bid.
Start the bids.
That's the call.
Yep. Great.
Mark, after you're done with that one, so I just want to stop and regroup. We'll regroup and do this.
Right.
What the people are really here for.
Well, we're all MoDOT. You know, we're all signed the state thinks we're certified to build. You know, we're MoDOT, signed up with MoDOT, and we're bonded. We don't have, look at the list, these are all.
That's it.
I was going to say, you need us to wait a little bit, or start right at 10.
We're ready. Do you need a letter in there?
Yeah, let's.
Okay. Okay, 1, 2.
Snake on the roof over there.
Hey, I want to thank all the contractors who came in today and all the people bidding on the bridge. We really appreciate it.
Good job.
I'm gonna check with Amy
Good.
and make sure she has.
Amy's got anything else?
It's 9:59. Have you received anything else?
Are we on the same minute?
Same minute.
I can check my email.
Mine's showing 10.
Let me double
Mine's showing
check.
10 exactly. There you go.
I think this is everyone we're going to get.
Yep, we're good. Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
I guess we're ready to bid
All
open.
right. It is 10 a.m. We're going to
Yep.
open bids for Henry County Southeast 91st Road Bridge Replacement Project, BRO R04231. Open them in order you receive them.
Okay.
First bid is Lewis Company. Lewis Company bids $765,767.18. That is $765,767.18. Next will be Mira Excavating.
Who is it?
Mira Excavating. Mira bids $914,176.20. $914,176.20. Next up will be KCI. KCI bids $949,949. $949,949. Next up will be Kale Seymour. Kale Seymour bids $856,063.54. $856,063.54. Next opening will be Hartman and Company. Hartman bids $890,000. Hartman bids $890,000. Next will be West Plains Bridge and Grading. West Plains bid $876,500. $876,500. With that, the apparent low bidder will be Lewis and Company, with the second being Kale Seymour. So, first and second, please send your DBE and subcontractor information. I want to thank you all for your time.
What was the engineer's estimate?
Engineer's estimate was $815,368.
One more time?
$815,368.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all very much.
Yes.
That estimate, that was the project estimate.
Yeah, 815,368. I'm all right.
I just gotta get one arm in one place, and the other arm on
helping hand.
I'll be.
I'm sure.
Well,
Thank you, gentlemen.
thank you. Lewis Cup.
Yeah, they've been winning several bids lately.
Pardon?
They've been winning several bids lately.
Have they?
We have not actually started construction with them on any of the projects, but we've got at least 3 of the ones that we've bid for the last month or two. So,
How they doing?
They don't
How they
make
doing?
well, they haven't started on any of those yet. The first one will start probably in August.
Okay.
They are doing a MoDOT bridge up way up in Nottoway County right now. So everything I've heard is going well,
Been good.
but they are kind of a little bit newer to the Missouri area. They come from the main guy comes from the Iowa area. So
the whole
You
steam
gotta
cow,
check
be ordered
apples
about.
for apples.
Yep.
Yeah, Bill.
Prevailing wage.
You know,
You guys
they took 3/4 of my stomach through the way.
Yeah, during construction, they are required to submit all their certified
Yep.
wage.
I used to weigh 5 feet.
That's the size of it.
Yeah.
there it is.
Yep.
I
You just get
James?
I wonder.
It should be.
It
Is it?
So I've been
I guess from
probably thousands of
470 down to 230 after I had bariatric surgery.
these. They're,
And then I put back on.
they're fast chops. a lot.
Now I'm going back now. Cause I've got
I
a
just wanna make sure there's no
shift on
with
copyright
apples.
like you just talked about.
I don't need it.
The first time they bid on one of the projects we put out, we did a very thorough check of their references. And the main guy hadn't done a lot for Iowa.
The big Jake's
They started.
Bridge on
The big
that.
Jake's Bridge?
Yeah, big Jake. He'll be with.
Honestly, that's considering that's actually pretty tight spread.
I,
So until they actually get started with projects, they will know for
it
sure.
was pretty close.
They
It's
used
a $90,000, just a little over $90,000 difference between those.
That's right.
flash of water something, and they fill that in.
The big, they are cheaper, but
Sounds good.
They've been undercutting a lot.
I wonder,
And I, good thought, so.
And I
I
noticed
know
in
Donnie,
this, just to see how
he,
hard it is.
he was wondering
There was
about
a premium
concrete.
baby in Texas.
He wanted to get a hold of all the construction.
And they use.
Oh, he wanted
He wanted to bid on that.
These skin.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. Anyway, I said, hey, I'm not into that. You need to talk to
Skin
them.
for.
Yeah.
company
I don't think we got a
that
call
they-
from anyone.
They used to-
What was it?
Well, concrete,
the
Donnie
guy
Wilson.
told me that
He
all
called,
the
he was one of the contractors. I said,
nearest
I don't know who it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I said, you need to talk to Rick Rivers and they can, that doesn't be put on the bid deal if they want it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so that's kind of where it
I don't
was.
check.
But I think he was,
I've
and
never
he's the one,
seen
I
them.
guess, put
Right now,
concrete up
I'm
this. Everybody, everything I've heard from him, I said, I'll check their.
Yeah.
Well, concrete's good.
I was on vacation.
Anyway,
Still,
Just out of curiosity, was this company?
oh, I might run
The company that
somebody, maybe use.
won the bid, what they hear?
Yes, it was her.
is the one,
It's her. She's
Yeah.
with Lewis Company.
sent back
No, it's
there.
okay. It's okay.
Oh, it was the fellow sitting in the back.
So, no, it's this lady.
Uh-uh.
Next.
Yes, sir.
This one,
Uh-huh. No? Okay.
she's a student.
Okay.
She's,
We see her often.
Gotcha.
Jim Wise.
I don't know who he was then.
Jim Wise was with the Lewis Company. He must.
She must have, was he, that's why I didn't even know if he
This one
was
over
here.
Oh, I think he. I think
Jim
he was
Wise?
Yeah, I think he was the gentleman sitting over there.
yeah, sitting
Okay.
here at the end. I think,
Just out of curiosity.
So yeah, we'll review the bids and everything, and then write up a concurrence letter, and get you guys a bid tab as well. and look
Okay.
at which each
Yeah.
contractor bid on each item and everything, and then we'll ultimately submit all that to MoDOT if you guys are once you
Okay.
sign off on it. So probably be
that'll be good.
next week. So I have to send that
Yep.
over.
Next week?
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good. Lindsay,
Yes.
you know of, start date on that?
No, we'll have to see once we get it all clarified with them and do official award and everything, then we'll get it on their schedule. But when we have the completion date listed on that one,
I think it was next July.
yeah, so probably we'll see if they've got any openings this year, but a lot of them have been saying beginning of next year.
Yeah, we've had to push it out to next year. But obviously, we saw a very good showing. Like
Yeah.
typically, we get 2 or 3. So,
Yeah, I was surprised
I
they
was
had that
shocked
many.
too.
Yeah,
Because
so that was
last
more
time
than
we had
last
three. I think 3 or 4.
I was kind of surprised Gene Hale didn't show up.
I know. For your guys' next bridge, the one on Northwest 700 as well that you were recently awarded by MoDOT for that one. What they're waiting on to be able for us to be able to proceed with doing an engineering services contract is a letter from you guys saying who you have selected as an engineer. So this is kind of an example letter, and then this also is a independent cost estimate. And so these are two things that need to go to MoDOT, not through us.
Okay.
But
Go to you or go down.
go directly to this guy at MoDOT.
Zach?
Yes.
Yep.
And then once you guys send that on, he'll probably shoot us a message saying that you guys can proceed with an engineering service contract, and then we'll get that prepared, and then we can move forward with designing that bridge as well.
I'm gonna put all
If you guys choose to select us.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or anything? We've got construction going on. The other one, it seems they got the bridge deck poured, and so it's doing the backfilling, and we'll hopefully get that one open here.
And they're right on target.
Yeah, I think they've got 2 weeks or so left to be able to finish that one out. So
I think they was wanting to do something that
water on that one at one point, but
Yeah, no, that guy, Jake, was it Jake?
Yep.
He came in here last week.
last week.
Good. Yeah.
Everything's going well.
Yeah. All of them, whoever's been in here about every after a week.
Yeah.
Kind of give us some, and he sends us email and sends pictures and everything here. I'll put it in. I'll just save it in the folder and have it all. It's kind of neat to have it.
Yeah, kind of shows you guys the progress. They go fast once they get into construction, so we want to make sure
That's
you guys
right.
can see them and everything.
Yeah, it is.
Well, once they get it completed, we'll get a walkthrough set up and everything. We'll go out to the bridge and look at it, take some photos and that type of thing too.
That'd be great.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Well, let us know if
Thank
you
you,
need
ladies.
anything. Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, guys.
You guys have
Do you need anything else from me? I have got one response from MoDOT that I'm working on getting back to them on. I have to look at which one first.
1501.
I think that's all the thing that I've got. Do you wait on me?
I think we're pretty well.
You want to take us up
Your calling us.
Tuesday?
And they're keep kicking us.
We can do that.
On Tuesday.
Okay.
Some of this is like the bridge built a year and a half ago.
We'll have to send that in to
These
MoDOT.
are just trying
Bill,
keep trying
to get them to do it.
but It's piddly stuff.
Okay, and then
Now.
I agree. They do that.
y'all want to try to get them real quick.
All right. Take care.
We
Yeah.
have an
Said Michael wrote his
on the list to speak.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay, Mike, go ahead. We'll go and get you right quick.
Okay.
If you don't mind, we're gonna be stamping too at the same time.
Okay. About a month ago, I was here and I was asking you, Jake, about the lawyer fees, about how much you're willing to spend.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you willing to spend on this?
Well, as long as I guess what we got to spend in order to make things right. I don't know if there's an actual number on it that I'm looking at, but
As of May 6th, we're up to over $28,000. Now, I haven't requested this month's, how much they spent this much.
Mhm.
So I'm sure it's up over that already. And last time I asked you, how much are you willing to spend to do this? And you said you haven't thought about it. Now you've had a whole month to think about it. How much are you willing to spend?
I guess what I'm willing to spend is whatever it's going to take.
So is this how you conduct your own finances? Do you just write checks until, blank checks forever? I guess what I'm asking is, do you care about how you're spending the taxpayers' money?
Oh, yes.
Enough to put some thought into it?
Yes.
Okay, how much are you willing to spend?
I don't have a number to put on it.
So you haven't put any thought into it?
No, I put thought into it. Just haven't put a number to
Let's
it.
go the same way.
You do realize that makes no sense. Are you wanting to get reelected again?
Yes. I am. But that's how I'm going to answer
So
your
you're
question.
willing to spend enough to make this right. What does making this right look like?
Well,
The people don't want the Chapter 100
Yeah.
overwhelmingly. No, they don't.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that right now. It's all in litigation. We'll leave
Okay,
it
so
there.
you said
That's
you're
what
willing to
I'm saying.
spend an amount to make things right. What does making things right look like?
I guess, for the Chapter 100 to go through.
So you're going to spend 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. You know, there's a man that comes in here almost weekly, trying to get about $1,500 worth of road work done to his out in front of his house that he believes is the county's responsibility. You shoot him down every time because you're not willing to spend $1,500 for Charlie, but you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for this, so that your friends can keep their contracts.
It was pre-worked out before me, so.
Yeah, but you got voted in because the people didn't want this. You and Mark both. So don't try to put the responsibility on the last guys. I mean,
I said it got worked out before me. I just voted for it to go on through.
So you have done every single thing that Dale Lawler would have done if he would still be here. So what did you run on? What platform are you running on? Because you've done everything that Dale Lawler would have done.
I said I would look into things. I looked into it, and I made the best decision going forward. That's the best I can do.
So you met with the solar panel company over a dozen times after you were elected, before you've been sworn in. Didn't tell us about that. Who did you talk to on the other side to look into it?
I've talked to numerous lawyers and judges.
So you haven't talked to the people
I've
that
talked
voted
to
you
the
in.
people that called me, left messages. I've called
Well,
back.
see, when I was down there getting the petition signed the last few weeks, I had dozens of people tell me they tried calling you numerous times and you never responded back to them.
There's a few
Can you
that haven't made
explain what you
contact back.
do for your paycheck here?
Whatever is asked of me.
Well, I'm asking you, how much money are you willing to spend of the county's taxpayers' money on fighting this?
And like I said, whatever it takes.
So whatever the lawyer tells you, the
Yeah.
guy who's getting paid.
No, not whatever the lawyer tells me. It's whatever is best for the county.
Jake, I'll be back here again. Hopefully you'll have a better answer next time.
Okay.
Lindsay that's with Great River, her last name is Chapin, right? Chapin, Lindsay with Great
Yeah,
River, her last
Chapin.
name's Chapin, right? I'll make sure I have the right Lindsay.
Yeah. Something like that.
I knew Zach's last name, but I wasn't for sure. C-H-E-F-I.
All about 50 years old. Maybe not that
I'm glad you didn't need my milk crate because I wasn't pretty sure. Those things are Lindsay. They're not the good ones.
What'd you find, fella? They're studying something over there.
Yeah.
Water damage on that.
Realized we lost this battle.
I think two of them chairs can go over here.
Oh, wait, one does.
Okay, and I'll just close the door like everybody else does. Okay.
Out of sight, out of mind.
No, I'll mention it to Chris to see if it's something new or something that's been there. Thank you, Dennis.
Just a minute. Well, Mark, at least I don't see your stack above your computer anymore.
You don't see what?
Your stack above your computer anymore.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're gonna get them. Kelly, I didn't pick them. John has thumbs.
You're not conceding that.
I could probably go find some more if you guys just.
Nope.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
If they didn't get it done last night, they'll have it done today. The rest of the bridge on Northwest 400 stripped of all the forms and everything. So they've started doing a little bit of backfilling. Once they get a little more backfilling done, we're going to put the rock blanket in and then start putting up guardrail next week. So I would say probably end of next week, first of the week after. They'll schedule a walkthrough for you guys to go up and walk, make sure every bridge is done to your satisfaction and everything. And then when you guys sign off on it, that's when I'll turn in my little book I've been keeping track of everything with. So, otherwise, we're still trying to mow when we're not dealing with 2 inches of rain, and we got the arm mowers out mowing today. Brush hog, I still think it's a little too muddy to get it off in the ditches, so we'll probably hold off a day or two on it and get it back out going Monday. Otherwise, everything's going fine. As soon as we start getting beams in, we'll start working on one of the 2 bridges, whichever one we get the beams in first on. As soon as I find out a contract date on 100 road, if it ain't going to interfere with them, I might go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start the paperwork on it. But if it ain't going to interfere with them, we might go ahead and jump out there and replace that bridge on 100 in Bethlehem Township. It's just as you go across the old truss bridge that they're going to build, and you turn to the right, go down there about a mile. There's a weight restricted bridge down there. I think it's 12 ton. Might as well get it knocked out of the way if it ain't going to interfere with the contractors while they're building that big bridge. So, otherwise, I checked on a Distamat so I could get an accurate measurement on these roads, and you're looking around $2,000. So if you guys want to proceed with that, we can go ahead and purchase it.
Is it going to be helpful to you?
Is
it worth it to you?
It's going to get a more accurate reading on these roads because they break it down like 1.56 or whatever. Well, right now I'm just breaking it down 1.5 and guessing on how much further I went.
Then you could be off.
And I could be off quite a bit, and it could, it could elevate your guys' tax funds and stuff.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I do it.
I think it's probably good, especially if we're going to old
Distamat.
If we're going
DMI, distance measuring instrument.
going to all the trouble to do what we're doing, we need to make sure it's right.
And before I get fired back up on this, I need to check with MoDOT and make sure that one of their persons does not need to ride with us when we do it that way. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it, turning it in. They say, "Oh, we got to have somebody ride with you now."
Yeah. That's a good idea.
So I'm gonna check with MoDOT, make
Zach?
sure that we don't have to have one of their sidekicks with me.
I don't think Hannah's sent back yet. Well, she may be. It's been 6 weeks. She may be back. Hannah or Zach down there.
I've been dealing with Zach on everything.
Yeah, okay. All right. Then that's fine.
I just emailed Zach, and within a day, he emails me back. So,
Sounds good.
Mark, you got anything for me? I did pass your name and number on to that person up there in Honey Creek on Northwest 700. So I'm sure she'll be giving you a call. But just like I explained to her, I told everybody that was involved how it was going to be done. And so, anyway, she might be in touch with you. Jake, you got anything? Jim, you got anything? Kelly, you got anything?
Good.
Do I got anything in the office?
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
I'll go see Amy anyway. You guys have a good day.
I'll see you guys. Kelly, on that special road tax or that just the road and bridge tax that we talked about, can that be, if it's passed, can that money be used to pay off equipment or pay for equipment? I couldn't remember what you said. I thought you said it could only be used on the roads and couldn't be used to purchase equipment, but
I don't know the answer to that question off the top of my head. I know that it has to be used for special road. And when I say that, I don't know that that includes equipment, because that would be to maintain the roads. So I don't know that
was the question. Yeah.
So they have a general revenue fund, and then they have a road and bridge. So then it's just an extra road and bridge.
Right.
But they couldn't pay an employee or pay for their light bill or whatever the case may be out of that. It has to do with road and bridge. That's what their GR is for, is operating. The other funds have to be spent on bridges.
Okay.
So I don't know about equipment. I don't know why that wouldn't. I can look, but
Is it just a statement in the statute?
I don't know if it would state in the statute what it would. I think it just says on special road and bridge. It does. I don't think it outlines it that deep, if that makes sense. Bless you.
Thank you.
It just says to be used for road and bridge purposes and for no other purpose whatsoever, except that the term road and bridge purposes may include certain stormwater control projects off right-of-ways that are directly related to roads and bridges.
What's that? What tax?
So if we get off him, there's
Special
making
road tax.
like terracing, different things like that, can be involved in it.
On the tax forms, it's that column right there, that RD special. Yeah.
It can exceed
It what?
35 cents, I think, is the most that they can go for on that.
Okay.
I
It
mean, there's
can?
a cap. I don't think
Okay.
I think there's a cap on that. Good morning.
Okay, so,
Hi guys, you guys ready for us?
yeah,
Okay,
just waiting for you to come up.
so it's not gonna take very long. Just want to give you guys kind of a status update on what we've done for Henry County as of today, for those that were affected by the May 19th storms that we've had. So far, we've sent down over 15,000 pounds of bottled water, food boxes down to everybody that's been affected down in Henry County. We spent a couple, 3 days handing them out individually, and then using Snyder's Corner as kind of our centralized hub for people down along ZZ and along Z Highway that was affected. They're still having issues with, during our last storm that we had, they had power outage for 4 or 5 hours again down there. So, they're really ready to kind of get back to normal. Yesterday we delivered several what they call care packages from the Salvation Army. They're large bags filled with toilet paper, rubber gloves, Lysol, pet deodorizer, all kinds of cleaning supplies to help people out that had damage. We're also receiving from the Salvation Army gift cards that we are going to be handing out from $15 to $200, where they can go to Walmart, get supplies, food, drink for their family, whatever else that they might need. And then the American Red Cross started today going to all 3 counties, including Henry, for those that have sustained minor, moderate, and heavy damage. And they are going to be financially assisting them with a sign up and financial funds to help them maybe with insurance deductibles or and again, one of the biggest things that we seen that be a big hardship, a lot of these people had trees on top of their cars, their trucks, that are just liability. I mean, they lost it. So these are ways that can actually help, with that process a little bit. I know Tiffany, our intern, if you guys recall, she was very instrumental into getting, say, like Baptist response team down to help with cutting of trees around the property on their house. We had Team Rubicon come down. The Baptist response team did within, I believe, 50 feet of the house.
50 to 100.
Okay, around the house. And then Team Rubicon came in and they'll do anything on the property. So, if you're sitting on an acre lot, then they'll take care of all the trees that were down outside of your home on your property. So they're still down there cutting. And I believe I got a call yesterday on my cell phone from the Baptist response team, and they're still down there cutting wood. So we had some great resources that went down into our county to help the people out. So obviously our county did not get the label to be able to have federal or state assistance, but we're still trying everything we can to try to get as much resources down there to those people as we can. So just kind of want to let you guys know kind of what's going on. And in case you guys get any calls, I know that predominantly in your area. But if you get any calls, feel free to send them over to us. And like I said, we'll continue to take reports of anybody that might need some help and try to get whatever assistance we can down to them.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. So, I feel like I need to be more like Dennis. Mark, you have anything? All right, guys. We appreciate it.
Bye. See y'all later. Bye.
Quick.
Okay. Y'all know anything, or y'all want to go and stay in session? I'm gonna leave.
I don't know anything else.
So
God.
I asked Kelly the question. I didn't. Good question.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion been made. Second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay.